The Ravens went into yesterday's game against the Packers without their starting quarterback Lamar Jackson, with 5 players on the COVID list, and with a bunch of other key players watching from home or the sidelines because of various injuries. But despite being shorthanded like that, the Ravens still came within 1 point of knocking off the Packers. Now, of course, much of the discussion today has focused around the Ravens' decision to go for 2 at the end of the game. And one of the questions about it is, if you're going to go for 2 at the end of the game, why not start that process earlier and actually go for 2 when you score to make it a 1-score game earlier in the fourth quarter? Now, Coach Harbaugh was asked about that today and discussed it along with the decision as a whole to go for 2 at the end of the game.
That was more of a decision that got made right there late. So I really wanted to delay that decision till the end and just kind of see how I felt about where we were at, how much time was left. It would have had to have been a situation where it goes down to the wire. 42 seconds was a little bit more time than you really want to go for 2 there. I'd rather have it be around 20 seconds, but decided to do it, there at the end. If it had been any more time than that, we would have certainly kicked it. But, I think really when you look at it and just having thought about it really hard, it's something you go back. We had a lot of conversation with it on the phones at the time. I've thought about it all night, of course you do. There's 2 choices, and they're both viable. Either one can turn out right, either one can turn out wrong. It's basically 50-50. We talked about it a lot. We decided to go for it. It didn't work out. I know half the people are going to say we should have kicked it. I get it. They can certainly criticize me for it. I'm okay with that. I criticize myself for it, so I understand it. That's just the way it goes. You can't dwell on it too much because we definitely have to move on. We've been preparing already. We're on to Cincinnati, and that's kind of where we're at. But you think hard about those things before and after. I think it's a little bit like decisions in life. Maybe it would have turned out differently. If maybe it would have turned out the same. There's no guarantee we would have gone down the field and won in overtime either. So that's where we're at, and we'll do the best we can going forward with those kind of decisions.
Now, look, it's clearly not an easy decision, and Coach Harbaugh spent several minutes talking about it during his press conference today, so go ahead and check that out if you want even more context on the call. Also, we had Harbaugh wired during yesterday's game, and we put out a clip where he was going through this decision-making process in the final minutes, in the final seconds as he talked with players and coaches. Now, one thing that's clear in watching that clip, Harbaugh trusts his players, and his players trust him in return. I definitely recommend checking out that clip. It's just really interesting perspective on this decision. Now, that's it for me on Final Drive. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow.